Okay, welcome everybody again to the RRR247 team conference call. It's August 30th. Can you believe it? The month is almost over. August is almost over, and fall is right around the corner. We're looking at it. So you're in the right place at the right time. You are supposed to be here. You clicked on the right link. You made it here. The person that got you here is happy to know you made it. And we are happy to welcome all, 19. We almost made that number 20, but I think we missed a couple in chat. So we're going to call it 20. I know we're at least one off. So one person didn't get to unmute at that last second there. I seen a couple people trying while they were still connecting. 20 brand new people to the team, and every week there's somewhere between 20 and 30. Last week we had 35, so that keeps our average really well. For all you brand new people, my name's Niall Eddy. I've been around here for a long time. I'm part of this great family of people who love taking the system that Rory and Tanya built out to the rest of the world and helping as many people as we can on a daily basis. We've got such passion about what we're doing. Every day we love to get up in the morning and say, who do we get to help today? Right, Linda? Right, Stacy? Who do we get to help today? Because we've got a beautiful thing to take out there to help everybody accomplish whatever their dreams and goals are. I've been in the industry for almost 35 years now. Of those 35 years, I've known the co-founders of this system for 30 of those 35 years. It's been a blessing the entire ride, but I'm going to tell you that when I first met these people, I knew that I'd be a part of their lives or they'd be a part of my lives in some way, shape, or form for the rest of my life. And that dream or that vision or that desire came true. We've known each other for 3 decades. We've become family. I call him my brother. I call his wife Tanya my sister. But this industry, folks, this industry opened up doors for me that I've never knew existed. And that's what you're staring at now. If you've never been a part of this industry before, congratulations to you for finding your way here and getting on the phone with whoever introduced you and got you here. I am an ex-landscaper as a teenager that turned into a construction worker, from roofing, siding, to building the homes. I've done everything, even including the concrete work, which I hate because I don't like lime on my hands. But I used to build homes until I hurt my back. I went back to school to be an aviation mechanic because that was a passion of mine, to get my A&P license to work on an aircraft as well as my pilot license to fly that aircraft. So I had a lot of dreams and goals, but there's something happened while I was in school as an adult with a wife and 3 kids. I was introduced to an industry that I wasn't exactly sure what I got a hold of at the time, but it took me a couple of weeks to realize what it was. And I wasn't finished with school yet, but I said, you know what? I think this is a really neat, honorable way to make an extra $500 or $1,000 a month that I can just use to spoil my kids on the weekends. And that's my whole reason for getting into the business, was just to have extra money to spoil my kids, right? But I hit that goal rather quickly. And I thought to myself, if I can do that, then I can double that too. And just put forth the effort for whatever I didn't understand and what I lacked in knowledge or experience or wisdom about the industry. I would just put forth more effort to try to, if someone said do X, Y, Z, I doubled that. I tripled that. I just put it out there in the universe that I wanted this to happen. And every time I'd hit a goal, I'd set a new one. And every time I hit that goal, I'd set a new one. And I usually doubled my goals. Before I knew it, I graduated from school. I went to work right there at the airport with like 6 letters of recommendation. And it didn't take but about 6 to 8 months for me to realize it was no longer advantageous for me to go to work and clock in when I was already having more fun and making more money at my little side business that was supposed to supplement my income to let me spoil my kids. So I quit my job. I walked away. That was 35 years ago. It turned out to be the best decision I ever made in my life, because then I became the dad who got to put my kids on the bus, take my kids off the bus, go to every football practice, because my son played football from that time in Pee Wee when the helmet was bigger than him, all the way up through high school. And I went to every volleyball practice and game because I had a daughter that played volleyball. And I went to every cheer camp too. And I was that silly dad that was on the sidelines, would take the pom-poms every now and then, and dance with the cheerleaders and get my daughter motivated and excited about what she was a part of. I just love spending time with my kids. When the high school needed a bowling coach, I was able to raise my hand and become the bowling coach. Why? Because I could. 2, I did like bowling, but it gave me more time with my kids and hang out with my kids and hang out with the people that they were hanging out with and knowing what they were involved in and who they were hanging out with, right? And all you dads out there, you know what a blessing that is by itself, because before this industry, I was lucky if I got home in time to have dinner with them, right? As a construction worker. And a lot of times I missed dinner and I was just there just in time to give them a kiss on the forehead, tell them to go brush their teeth and go to bed. Well, this industry opened up doors that gave me unbelievable time freedom so I could spend all that quality time with my children. But it also gave me financial freedom like I never knew existed. A few years after I was into the business, into the industry, and dove in and decided to become a good student and learn as much as I could about this industry and the system that I was using, which our co-founders here was actually a very big part of back then, even though I didn't know it yet. And when I decided to dive into that system and become a good student, it took a couple of years for me to look back and say, I am now earning in a couple of months what anybody, more than anybody I've ever known in my lifetime, earned in an entire year. That validated I made the right decision. And then I really just decided to go for it and change the future, not just for me, but for my kids and even my grandkids. And now I've got grandkids that I'm focused on there. One of my grandkids or one of my great grandkids are going to take over my business someday if I ever decide to retire, Linda, because I'm way too young to retire and we're having too much fun, right? So this industry just opened up doors, like I said, that I never knew existed. I first met Rory Rickard because I was that young entrepreneur looking for a way to advertise my business all around the nation. I was advertising in the top 300 newspapers in the United States, and I was using purchased mailing lists to do direct mail through the mail, right? But I needed a voicemail that I could take all of that stuff and run it through one voicemail. It could handle as much volume as I could throw at it. And everybody told me to talk to this Rory Rickard guy. Talk to Rory Rickard. Talk to Rory Rickard. So finally, I got that number and I called Rory Rickard. I met this young man that just had a real passion for mass communication and helping every entrepreneur out there like myself and Austin and some of the people that you see here on the call, and help us, give us the tools that we needed to build our business all over the country. Not only did he give me a voicemail that could handle all that volume, but he also showed me how, as I build a network of people around the country, I could leave a message on that system and shoot it out to everybody at the same time, get one message out to thousands of people at the same time. That doesn't sound like a lot to a lot of us today, right? But this was in 1992. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have any of the technology we had today, but we had a young guy with a software brain that had a passion for mass communication and building and supporting entrepreneurs all over the world. When the internet did come out in 93 and 94, that's when things just exploded because Rory found his niche. Rory left that telephone company, got on the internet. He became the first online guru. It started with lead generation. He built successful lead generation companies that still exist today. He's the number one lead generation guy out there. No one can produce the quality of leads he can produce. No one can produce the quantity of leads that he can produce. And there's a lot of other companies out there that tried, but they just couldn't do it because Rory knew how to produce that, but he also knew a secret. He nurtured every relationship he ever built, and everyone stayed loyal to a guy like that. Everyone stayed loyal to another guy that helped them become whatever they decided to become in this industry. And then after becoming, the most successful lead gen guy out there, he started building websites. And I used his first websites. And I remember the first one just looked like a flyer on the internet, right? Well, we could add color to the menu. I thought that was the greatest thing since sliced bread. We could add color to it. And I was doing that on my very first computer way back then. I'm gonna age myself with this one. It was a 286 on dial-up. Watch how many people laugh at that, right? Way back then, a 286 on dial-up is what I was working on. And then Rory kept learning. He just kept learning and learning and learning and implementing his skills and everything that he learned how to do. And he started building that second generation stuff with a page behind a page, right? Where you click on the mainframe and go to the next page behind it, or even at the bottom it said next page, next page, next page. And his websites always produced better than anybody else out there. The results that we got from his websites were better than anybody else out there. And we were just getting started. So now he's the website guru, and he's been that way ever since. But one day, probably 16, 17 years ago, as all of us are sitting back through 9/11 and other, the mortgage crises and every time the economy fell, and we're working our tails off to try to keep our income at the same level it was before the economy went bad, we noticed that this guy, Rory Rickard, is always doing just fine, always just coasting along. Business is great. Business is normal. What is this guy doing? And he took the time to try to teach a lot of us that. And me, I'm not a techie. I was not good on a computer at all, Wayne. I was actually reluctant. I hated the computer. I didn't want nothing to do with it. But thankfully, And I thank God every day that this guy who became my friend dragged me kicking and screaming until I started becoming a techie. Right, Sandy? Drag him along until he just learned how to use that computer. And maybe 10 or 15 years ago, I actually started liking it. But 16 years ago was when Rory said, I got to find a better way to help other people. And he put together this system that you guys are looking at today called Performance Blogging System, or PBS. This is one website that has hundreds of pages inside that main page. And every single one of those pages represents another product or service that we can take to the world and create income, multiple streams of income. If you're looking for a place where you can build yourself an incredible business to last future generations while also taking relevant products and services out there to the marketplace that'll have a positive impact on their life, then you found your home here. And we welcome you with open arms. So I told you earlier that there's co-founders, right? Co-founders, there's two people, Rory and his wife, Tanya. After a few years after meeting Rory, I got to fly out to their home out west and meet Tanya. I walked in the door. I met this young lady who was just incredible to me. She was raising 7 children, running several businesses, and helping Rory get this incredible thing off the ground. And she's one of the most organized people I've ever met, every minute and every hour, every day, every week, every year. And she's someone who plans 2 years out. And that's why Rory was always on time, always met the schedule, always had a calendar. And they were together. They created a power couple that this industry's probably never seen before. There's a lot of power couples out there, but not power couples like these two who have giant hearts and a passion to help other people in any way, shape, or form they can. Every morning they wake up and have coffee, watching the sun come up over the mountains. That's their media time, their gathering time, the time that they spend to looking through the day, and they ask each other the same question: what can we do to make this better? What can we do to make it easier for Jeremy or Denise or Sheldon? What can we do to make it simpler for them to take this and understand it and take it to the world so they can make their dreams come true while they're having a positive touch on other families? What can we do? What can we add to the system to help Austin and Michael and Richard and Wayne achieve whatever it is that they come here to achieve? If you're here just to make an extra 500 or 1,000 like I was in the beginning, welcome. We've got the system in place for you to do that. If you're here to supplement your retirement plan, because we know most retirement plans, what's happening in the economy and 1,000 other factors, or at least for me, the math I wasn't very good at math, I guess, because things changed. My retirement plan obviously changed too. But if you're here to just pad your retirement plan, we've got that system in place for you. Just dive in and become a student like I did, and Stacy did, and Linda did, and Austin did, and so many other people did. But if you're here to build a new career that can open up those doors for you, like I talked about earlier, that can give you the time freedom that you seek and the financial freedom that you seek, take your family on vacation or take yourself on vacation without the family, because those are really nice too, right? You got to go every now and then without the kids. And not feel guilty about how much you spent on that weekend or that week or those 2 weeks or even that month. You found the right place. You found the home, because Roy and Tanya have put together a system for anybody to achieve whatever you can conceive, right? Write that down. You can achieve anything that you can conceive. So the first thing you want to build is your belief system. If you believe in this and you do what I did and you become a student of this industry and a student of this system and follow this system step by step, and don't try to reinvent the wheel and just do what other people in front of you have done, you'll get there. You'll get there without a doubt. There's only one mistake you can make. Ready, Michael? The only mistake you can make in this industry, especially with this system, is quit on yourself and give up. Many of you have probably seen that old picture of the gold miner digging through, he got the profile of it. He's digging through a mine. He's digging through a mine. He's about that far away from the gold. That's when he quit. That's what happens when you give on yourself and give up and you quit. You're probably this close to succeeding and breaking through that barrier, that next level for you, that next step for you. Don't ever give up on yourself and don't ever quit. Rory and I and Tanya, and every few others here, we have marketed a lot of different things over the years. We've made incredible incomes. We have taken, given our family the life that we dreamt of, to give them the best life we can over the years. But I'm telling you, we've never had it as good as we have it right now, especially over the last couple of months. Because over the last couple of months, for those of you that have tried other things, Every single reason why you gave up on yourself before and quit, or that didn't work for you, the friction points we call them, Rory and Tanya have solved them. They've taken that out of the picture for you. All you got to do is jump in, use paid for marketing, not buy leads anymore. Use paid for by Rory and Tanya Rickard marketing, and you can achieve. There's more there than you can even imagine right now. And all you got to do is jump in and run with us and have a blast and build an incredible business and help a lot of people along the way. That's why I love being a part of this. I've got to know them over 3 decades. Obviously, we've become very close. I do call him my brother. I do call him my sister. They are family to me, but they're also our mentors, even though I think he's a year or two younger than me. I don't know. I can't remember his age. Might be a year or two. I say so. So, okay, maybe 10 years younger than me. But they're great human beings. And that's who you guys are getting in business with. And all you got to do is follow the steps. Follow what's put in front of you. Write down what your goals are. Write down what your whys are. Denise, write this down. This is my why. I want you to dream bigger than you ever have before. I want you to dream. So remember when we were kids, we used to dream about being doctors, lawyers, cowboys, Indians, so many different things. And so many people told us, no, you can't do that. Stop being silly. You can't do that. Stop being silly. You can't do that. Stop being silly. So we stopped doing it. We just gave up and we forgot how to dream. I want you guys to dream again, but I want you to dream so big, bigger than you ever have before, that once you fall in love with that dream, if I told you you're not allowed to have it, I changed my mind, that it would make you cry. Now you're dreaming big enough. And that's what you can do right here in this industry. I've done it. Stacy's done it. Linda's done it. Rory and Tanya have done it. We've helped 10,000s of people do it. You can do it too. Because the only difference between you, Jeremy, you said you're brand new tonight, right? This is your first week. The only difference between you and me and Stacy and Linda and Rory and Tanya is we've just been doing it a little bit longer than you. You're brand new. You're going to be right where we are right now if you don't make that one mistake. I told Michael and give up on yourself and quit. What time we got? 23 after. Sorry, I'm long-winded today. Without any further delay, it's always my pleasure to introduce to you guys who you're getting in business with. And that's my brother, I think first, yeah. And one of our co-founders, Mr. Rory Rickard himself. The microphone is yours, my friend. Take it away.
Well, hello, everyone. I'm so glad we have everybody here, and the numbers are growing. And I got to tell you, this is our Tuesday night call. Thank you, Niall, for the introduction and bringing up everything to speed. We like to cover this for all the new people that are coming in. But Tuesday is our day to talk to you. I can't call everybody individually. It's impossible, right? So we meet on Tuesday, but this is for you to take assessment of your business. What have you done up to this day from last Tuesday? What have you done on your business, right? Have you modified more pages? Have you placed more ads? Are you doing the V marketing? Are you attending your, team communications on Skype? Are you doing what you've agreed to do with the organization you're working with? And what are you going to do going from today till next Tuesday, right? We take weekly assessments of our business and build consistently. And even if it's just updating one page in that week, that's progress. Posting some ads, progress, right? I'm going to give an example. We've had a huge week here on RRR247, and I'm going to show you what we've done. We continue to grow, leads coming every day, right? We are providing marketing and paying for that marketing in our V marketing process and everything we do with our instructors and so on every single day. That sun's coming up, there's leads coming in. It has been that way for 14 solid years, and we are increasing what we're doing. We are looking to double up what we've already been doing every day to even create even more growth here. So I'll put that in perspective. We're not even keeping up with the leads that we have now. And I'm doubling up because the aspect of where we're going, and we're going to be just filling the ascension marketing and the roles that we have to, continue to build what we're having. Okay. And that being said, let me show you what we did on Saturday. And I told her, we did that marathon. That marathon, which I thought I could get done in 12 hours. I was able to do a lot of education in it. I wrapped up about midnight, 12:15 Utah time. You East Coasters were like diehards. We had more people on that marathon than we've ever had before. And the eyes and attention and what people were getting done. and the comments I've been getting after that, we hit a tremendous point and got a lot done. Now I'm going to show you what that created right now. And this is a very productive week for us. We have removed a lot of friction points, and the new training is walking people through exactly what's there. Now, before I show you guys, let me tell you what the deal is. We're going to see some polish off. There might be like a period I got to move or something that's going to drive my OCD crazy, and I'll polish up our template sites that we start everybody else with. But going forward, we want all new students to get Google AdSense as fast as possible. And that means having minimal pages to modify and get going so they can actually achieve a milestone and get set. So there's roughly 67 total pages to modify in your starting out PBS. We've never had that few pages, and I feel comfortable that that is exactly what we need to get Google AdSense, and I don't dare reduce it any more than that. Now, it should have way more pages. Absolutely, more is better, but you're going to create those and add those after you get Google AdSense so that you can start seeing your merits pay off, even if it's dollars and cents, but you can see proof that it works. And that's, I think, is the most important thing that we did, is we made the proof of it sooner. Get Google AdSense, it's a major milestone. Also, when you get Google AdSense, you're never going to want to quit. You're going to be making money, and you have the propensity to make far more money than it costs you to operate your business. So let's just get that done. Now, we also get to explain more the importance of our anchors and everything that's there. And I just refined all the training, which means I got to clean up all the backups. Everything is there. So check this out. I'm going to go to share my screen. And we're going to go to RRR247.com/RRR. And that's where our main training comes in. And we do this first, we do the second, we do this third. We're going to go to step one. Step one is going to go to our master page. It's all updated and new. Okay. Some information, do this first. This help guide, actually, I'm going to show you what it is. It's now a walkthrough of where you should be. Like if you ever feel like you're lost, go here. It'll show you the steps that you should be on with your instructor. Shows you exactly what you should be doing. That's what it's turned into. Do the second. Obviously, it goes to episode 9 still. This is still critical, explaining how everything works in circular motion. And then we're going to continue down and start right here. Step 1, training on accessing your PBS WordPress dashboard, setting up your Google Drive for backup, and building your customizations, home posts, and affiliate disclosures. Right here. That's the first one. Then we go on how to build your wine ambassador pages. Then we go on how to build your Velveeta pages. Okay. Then I do a recap. Right? This is just an overview of the overall thing, how it runs. It's based on the exact same solid truths from whatever. This is older, but it's the same truths. And I like to recap so people understand where we're going. Then I cover the social media memes and the graphics that we do. And it goes on into the V-marketing aspect of V-marketing, which you should be involved with as soon as you're modifying pages. Like once you know how to modify pages and you've got your anchors done, we have other pages to modify, but you need to start doing V-marketing as soon as you can. It's a separate function. It utilizes all our paid marketing. It's going to help you build your PBS and get traffic going. Absolutely. But you need to get going with that as soon as you can. And that's a 20 to 30 minute everyday thing to help create now money. The sooner you get involved in that, the more you get involved in that, the better. So that's where that comes in. This is still step 1. You're going to get signed up with these groups on Facebook. And then you're going to come down here and learn about the IBO program. Okay. Now this video, I'm literally going to play it right now. I think it's super, super important that we cover this. We have open slots available for our members. Okay. I'm going to play this video because I think a lot of people have skipped past it. I looked at the view ratio. We're going to play this right now. And then I'm going to come back and continue talking. This is super important. I like to highlight this from time to time, but I'm going to highlight it right now in a 15-minute video, and we're going to recap it. This is super important. And then we'll watch this video and then continue on.
Okay, before I start, I'm going to take a brain. Gosh, I love this. I love this. This is my second today. Under the tongue, 10 seconds. I found that it kicks in quicker. That chocolate sea salt, it's still my absolute favorite. They come out with some seasonal ones. Anyway, I can't even talk about those products enough. Okay, so IBL program. I'm going to tell you, not everybody qualifies for it, and it's another thing where marketing solves a problem, and if you solve a problem, you should get paid for it, right? And this is something I want to give some background for. I've been involved in this process for well over 17 years now, and the first time we solved it, and it was coming up with a solution to a problem. And now, about 3.5 years ago, we added it to the students here at RRR247. It's literally blessed thousands of people now. In a recent snapshot, and I'm sure it'll be more by the time you see this video, but it paid out $250,000 to our students in a month, right? That's a big blessing. Think of that, right? To help our students, right? And that's income on top of everything else we're making in the whole world of performance blogging. This is something that I got to bring to the table that my company's created, and it's very important. And I'll tell you right off the bat, Jim Frankowiak, he's Tanya and I, he's our attorney since '94. Jim is the business attorney here, and he stands behind every one of these we get set up. I have him oversee it. It's his main role here is to make sure that this IBO program is processed properly. It's dealing with banks. There's things that could go wrong, and if they do, he's on there to make sure it's fixed right away. Okay, and he oversees every application, and we deal with attorneys, accountants. It's done extremely legit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain how we solved the problem and where the problem came from that we solved. Okay, so we deal in marketing, right? And that's how we build all this stuff up in the first place. And in the world of online marketing, it's fun, right? Maybe you've seen ads or commercials where they show like a website with 0 sales and all of a sudden it has thousands of sales, right? And that can work with the right thing, right? It takes money to make that happen, paid marketing to make that happen. It doesn't virally happen like that otherwise. Nothing sells itself. Remember that? Nothing sells itself. Okay, so that's why we have to market the way we do to bring people into our systems and then let the marketing happen. We have to market marketing. Okay, so in the IBO program, it stands for Independent Business Office, where the problem is solving a big problem for a big commerce need. So I'm going to talk about this. We have big clients. These are usually big corporations, funds, hedge funds that back it up. They're looking for ways to grow income based on businesses and buying businesses. And online, there's very awesome products to sell. And one of those examples would be skin cream. This is a high-end skin cream, anti-wrinkle, anti-aging, very similar to products like we sell on our blogging systems, right? Kind of like the youth, all right? And however, these are high-end, right, as well. And these are, these companies have their own ingredients. They've got their own, formulators that create this incredible cream with incredible ingredients. And I kind of find it funny. I'll segue for a second. Is the ingredients are all that matters. That the actual cream, right? That's what you're buying to apply on your face to get the results you want. Yet, I won't buy that if it's in a clear container that's airtight and everything. That's maybe costs 50 cents because it looks cheap. How can that great stuff be in a cheap thing? For me to spend the money, I gotta see this glorious weighted glass jar, right? That has a lid that screws off and it feels like $1 million. And that drives the cost of the goods up. But we're trained that if to spend our money, it's gotta feel like it. It's crazy, right? And I bring that up there because it's one of the things that has to happen. So these companies have a starting balance to get their business going in this aspect of $5 to $10 million. Okay, the reason being is they got to produce a lot of the product, carry huge inventories to make this work. And it's also a very high volume, low margin business. We can't just sell 20 a day. We'll lose, we can't make the marketing work. We have to do massive marketing, massive media buys, be in front of the right people in the right areas in mass to make thousands of sales happen a day to make the economics work. So we have to sell thousands a day or it doesn't work. Okay, and that's not the problem. We can do it. We got to figure it out. All right, been doing it for 17 years. Now, the product has to be made. Now, in order to get the cost of goods down on those heavy glass jars, they got to get like 1 million of those units created. Gold foil, all this nice little wrapping and logos on it, and then the actual cream inside, right? Which is the actual product that works. But sometimes the cost of goods is more in that bottle. Crazy. So anyway, packaging's done, 1 million units, right? That means that we got to sell those within a year because they have like a 2-year shelf life. If we're not selling them within a year, we got to throw them away. So that's problem, but we don't have that problem. We're going to sell 1 million. We know how to do it. Okay. So we have to sell at least 1,000. So to keep math easy, let's say they're $100 an item, right? And we're going to sell 1,000 a day, $100,000 a day. Times 30 days in a month is $3 million. Okay. Now, these are products that people buy month 1, month 2, month 3, and there's a drop off. So 60% of those that buy in month 1 buy month 2. And then 60% that bought in month 2 and the reorders from month 1 buy the next month. So what we're talking about is merchant processing. So in order to process 3 million, I need the bank to give me 3 million in processing for month 1, but I'm going to need 5 million month 2, 7 million month 3, because I'm going to constantly do new sales plus have the residual sales coming in, the reorders. Make sense? Okay, it should. Okay. So the problem is even though we have a track history of doing this for 17 years, even 17 years ago we had this problem, but even though we have that track history, Visa, MasterCard regulations with the bank that's issuing the merchant account won't allow them to get the risk of merchanting to a new business because they want to see traditional growths where you start out selling a few hundred items and it starts growing gradually. That's what they want to see. They don't want to see these big growth spikes and constant things. They don't feel comfortable giving that much risk to an entity. So years ago, 17 years ago, got together with attorneys, reading the contracts, the Visa MasterCard regulations, and they know contract law. And looking at contract law, we got accountants together to come with a program that we could pitch to the banks to get them on board to see if this would be a solution to this problem. Because if we can't merchant, we can't sell. There's no business. The business dies, right? It's the Achilles heel. If you don't have a way to take people's money, you can't sell and deliver goods, and then you don't have a business. And we can't just sell a few. That doesn't work. And the economics don't work. We have to sell thousands a day, right? So what we did is we got together, looked at the paperwork, and we did, by contractual law, daisy chain business together as an independent business office. So, and we presented to the banks, and they went with it. The same banks that said no on one account liked this option because it gave them what they needed to meet the requirements and spread the risk out. And we have a steady, solid, amazing track history of doing so. Well, it created an opportunity for the right people. 17 years ago, I just did it for my family and friends. I helped 24 people create extra income for doing this. It helped pay off everything but like their homes. It was amazing, okay? Now, I'm gonna say this, it's not a forever thing. All right, there's things that can go wrong, and that's why we put guarantees, and I'm going to explain that. But where the problem is we can't get all the thing on once. So we have to daisy chain it. So we create independent business offices. We set things up all legitimately through CPAs and accountants. Entities are formed where the business office individual steps forward, becomes on the entities. Bank accounts are set up. It doesn't cost a single dime, and you're indemnified in the whole process. So as long as you don't do anything unethical, you have no risk. However, you get something to gain, right? You're facilitating something. And it's going to take a little bit of time to get set up, a couple months, and then there's about 10 minutes of a month of reporting that you've got to do to submit on what's going on in the bank statements and so forth, so that everybody's numbers are accounting right. That's it. And for doing so, you get paid as a partner in this $750 a month, regardless of profits, for a minimum of 6 months. So no matter what happens, once it starts, you're guaranteed to get paid out $750 a month for minimum 6 months. We've had some going over 3 years. We've had some go a year. We've had some go 10 months. And that's why I tell everybody, don't go bank on it. Don't go buy a house or a car based on this. It's bridge money to me. It's a gift I'm giving you to, you have 6 months of money coming in. 750 is a lot of money to start out with for this. And the reason why we wanted it to be 750, used to average about 250, but 750 is a magical number. It covers your overhead for everything we're doing in the PBS. And $500, which in most cases means mom can stay home with the kids. See, if you're a stay-home mom and you go to work and you got to put kids in daycare, you better be making $20 an hour or more, or else you're not going to bring any money home. If you're making $15 an hour, you basically break even by the time you add up what it costs for wear and tear on your car, gas, extra meals, the coffees, childcare, and all the other stuff that you need to have cost-wise. Not to mention you gave up your time, and you're not there to raise your kid. It doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't. You add it up. You got to be making incredible money or it doesn't make sense. And so this gives a way for you not to have extra expenses other than what's covered there. You're going to be bringing a net $500 into the family for 6 months while you build up your PBS business. So you're doing the anchors with us. We're leveraging you into this, and we give you a slot in here, right? Our VIPs get preferential treatment. They go right above the list. Our standard students go behind there, and you'll notice we always have pretty much, you know, I'm sure there's occupancy, and you might have to wait a little bit for a space, but get in line. And it doesn't cost anything to apply for this. It doesn't cost you anything, but there are some stipulations, I guess, or requirements. You got to be above the age of 24 and below the age of 70. It's not age discrimination. It's just the banks have their certain things on what they want to risk and everything else on there, and it's up to them. There's nothing in writing on that, but I'm just going to tell you what we've seen. All right, so over 24, under 70. You need a credit score of 620 or better, no felonies, and no bankruptcies. And if your bankruptcy has been discharged because it's over 5 years, that means it doesn't exist. That means no bankruptcies. But if you're currently in a bankruptcy, you can't do it yet. Okay. The other thing is you got to be a tax filing citizen. So you got to have at least your last 2 years of taxes, and they'll help you with the documentation. If that fits, apply in there. You'll do a pre-approval process and go through. And if it's something you can't quite qualify for, as soon as you can, you can. This isn't you do it now or you lose your opportunity. It's something we're generating the need for all the time. But we do have a list of priority based on time in, and VIPs get first choice or preferential treatment because they came in the VIP program, and then our standard students, you're just in line after that, and then instructors obviously are the top. We take care of our instructors because they are paying it forward better than anybody. So get with your instructor, they can get you in there, and you can also contact Chloe, and that's CHLOERRR247 @gmail.com. Chloe Dorr is in charge of making sure you get connected with that. Jim Frankowiak is going to be connected to you on Skype or Prime One chat based on your instructor getting them connected. You'll have direct access to our attorney just in case there's a question or anything comes up, and you're going to be set up with a handler. The handler is going to handle your account in case there's any issues, but if there is an issue above that, you go right to our attorney, Jim. We get right on it. It's something we take it at heart. You know, we're dealing with finances and things on there. We just want to make sure everybody knows we've got your back on this. And this is something that's allowed us to help people succeed when they couldn't before. Sometimes you get here, your back is against the wall. You should have came here a year ago. This is extra money that can really help things out. It can take some pressure off. It can help save homes. It can help save marriages from that pressure. And we want to give that to you. So, you know, if you think you qualify for it, apply. If you're not ready for it yet, they can tell you to try back in 3 months or 6 months. Chloe can get you set up to get credit even fixed. We've helped fix credit as much as 100 points in just a few months, sometimes quicker. And all that stuff we do in-house to get you going on this. And this enables us to make you stronger as a partner with us to do the work. And we know that if we can get you to not have to have that third job or get rid of that second job or allow mom to actually bring some money in to give her time to do this and get the support of her spouse while she's working on her PBS, we all win from this. It's a win-win scenario. So again, Chloe, CHLOERRR247 @gmail.com, or your instructor is going to create a card in our system, in our Trello system. They're going to get you hooked up with Jim as well. So let them know you want to do it, and we'll bring it up from time to time on our Tuesday calls. But you know, if you think you'll qualify for it, do it. I recommend this for everybody. Okay, it's an amazing solution. It's an amazing gift. I always tell people it's the freest money. It's real, all right? But you're solving a problem. It's a win-win scenario. You're getting paid very well for doing so, and I'm so awesome that we can add this. Anyway, I'll talk to you in the next training, and keep going. It's gonna get awesome. Welcome. God bless.
Okay, so that program is just awesome. And I like to stress it because I feel like it doesn't get the attention it deserves. Anybody, you guys understand that if you qualify for that, you should do it. It's $750 a month. And I'll stress, no matter what's going on, more income is better than less income, right? More is better. This is a gift we get to give people. And I'll explain, it is real. It has a real purpose. This is an amazing win-win. It's something we get to give you as a bridge and let you participate in it. You got to qualify. And for some reason you don't qualify, and it's because of credit. Wait till your credit gets up and apply again, or apply and get into it. There's ways to build your credit up. We have access to that. Talk with Chloe. The other thing is we can get creative. All right. You guys are going to be learning how to think outside the box here. Okay. So one person per household can do it. That's it. Maybe you won't qualify, but your spouse does, right? Or maybe you have a child that does, or maybe you have a best friend that does. Get creative with it and with your instructor on how you can leverage that program to get ahead. A lot of people come into this to learn how to make money online, and you really should have been here a year ago, right? So we got to get going. We can only go forward. That is an amazing godsend. Use it, okay? Then below that, we're gonna go to step 2. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and click to go back to that. That's gonna take us back to the RRR page. When in doubt, RRR, right? Reset, refocus, recommit, and also go compared to our main training. Now I'm gonna go from there. We're gonna go to step 2. Okay. Now during session 2, which is where you're gonna go. So you're gonna go into session 1. You learn about Wine Ambassador Anchor Offer number 1. You get things set up. You're learning how to modify pages and you get a start of it. Then you get homework, which puts you through step 1. As you complete that homework, which is in episode 8, when you complete episode 9, and then you're going to start modifying pages, you're getting with your instructor again for session 2. They're going to get you signed up in Anchor Offer number 2 and give you the access to sign up in the kiosk, which costs nothing, the other offers, which is part of step 2 here. So you're going to get those from your instructor. And then step 2, and that's these: Cash Network Direct, RoboForm, Computa, Coinbase, Sephora. Those are the main things. Those are our main kiosks. Cash Network Direct is a list of kiosk offers. We're adding new things all the time into Cash Network Direct. Okay. From there, right, you're going to go click on here to go to your PBS setup. This is what we recorded on Saturday. All right. The other pages we did too. How to modify your wine pages, how to modify Villa Vita, and then we did every section. And this is setting up your backup files, a continuation of what we started in step 1. This is for the rest of them. It's a short video. It's very informative. We use Google Drive. It teaches how to do that, and then how to build the pages in Arts Entertainment. The rest of them. Then how to do beauty and cosmetics. And I put notes in here on the ones that we don't have an affiliate link yet to modify, but we're going to be adding in the future. We want to build the keywords. We need to have enough content to make this a valid system for a partnership with Google AdSense. There is a method to the madness. Don't delete it because it's there. You need to have certain things. Some things may not have a link yet. We'll get them added. It's always in progress, guys. Then the blockchain innovation pages, then clothing and apparel. And there's 3 in there that don't have a direct link we get paid on yet. We're working on it, but clothing and apparel is a major category. It's also one that we get a lot of Google AdSense that pay really well. We want to keep that solid. There's a method to this. You guys, we have what I consider the minimum we need to be able to get Google AdSense. We're going to want to add more, and we do that ourselves, but getting Google AdSense is really critical. So that's there. Computers and internet shows you how to modify that. Then cooking, food, and wine. Then building out employment and jobs. And then free stuff and health and fitness. This is a minute video. It's really cool. All right. But this is a celebration moment because those 2, they're already built out. They're just shared categories with the same things we already have. It is just a good little minute. It'll like you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm getting there. I'm almost there. This is like, that last, I got one more round to go and I'm going to win this race. That's what that's about. And then I'm going to come down here. We're going to be building out the pets and their needs pages. This one's pretty simple. It's a good one. But you guys are going to notice as you do one to the next, you're going to be getting better and better and faster and faster. Your brain's figuring this out. It starts getting even more fun. Then you got the self-help and personal growth, software and services, sports, and then travel. And now you've completed all your pages and you're ready to go back to step 3. So we're going to go back to the RRR page, go to step 3. And that's where you're going to modify the category pages. Now I'm going to literally redo those in training right after this training in 10 minutes. And then this will be done. But after you modify your category pages, you're ready to go add additional pages. That's where we're going to add additional pages. You want to add a good 5 additional pages. Then you're going to go to step 5, which is adding response magic. And then you're going to start link posting if you haven't already started posting ads. You can start posting ads technically anytime, but if you want to do this in proper order, you start doing it now. You got your pages modified, knock it out in a weekend. If you're going to take longer than a weekend or 2 to get your PBS done, once you get your anchor pages done, get with your instructor on how to start posting ads and just follow step 6. So you can at least get that going, 20 minutes a day, an hour a week, 2 hours a week, whatever, to get some progress going. This is why we have you focus on those anchor offers right away. They're really important. Then, and this is an ad posting marathon, this is what I'm looking forward to doing again, where we can spend, a day to post and I can make a lot more money in Google AdSense for months to come. I love this. Then we're going to go into step 7, which is where you get Google AdSense. This is the biggest milestone that you're going to accomplish, and know that now you're a paid author. Now you're a paid publisher. Now you're paid to put your notes and opinions and everything out there. Big time happens after this. And it's something that locks you in, and you see proof that this internet marketing thing works. But the most important thing is you get involved in the V marketing after that, especially. So you're creating now money, and you're helping grow the stuff that we also prove out with, is the team building and the community aspect of things here. Okay. I'm going to stop my share. I'm going to come back here to you guys, and it's like, that was a huge accomplishment of a week. That is one of the biggest weeks we've accomplished. That training is going to set up the future for everybody here and all the new students coming forward. It's never been this streamlined before, ever. We've eliminated a lot of friction points. We're going forward in a better way than we've ever been. I'm most excited that I've ever been, because we got rid of a lot of hurdles. So now the ease of success is even easier. Right? You got the work to do. You got a path to follow. Let's get that done. Now, on that and goal setting, we are about to go into our season of office time, as Tanya calls it. And we're going to be in Napa on Monday for the Labor Day Harvest Crush It event in our vineyards in the heart of Napa. And we're going to be enjoying some incredible wines, some incredible food, incredible company, and great acoustic music and festivities. There's going to be some incredible fun to be had, and a lot of great conversation. And we're going to be doing the awards. We're going to be celebrating a lot of the growth and the direction we're going, and celebrating a lot of people's businesses that got up to a big point. And it's a really good time to manifest the future. And then we got an event in Dallas on the 22nd to the 26th. And like I was telling the instructors, I like this because after the event on Monday, when you get to say, goodbye to everybody, it's not like a really good, it's just see you in a couple of weeks. It's just, we'll see you in a couple of weeks. In fact, how about we just meet middle of the US? We're on the edge on the California. Well, let's just go meet in Dallas. And we'll be in Dallas literally in like 2 weeks from there. And that for me is just awesome, because we've already set the pace. We've started celebrating a manifestation of what's to come, and putting it out there and getting everybody in the right mindset and energy. And then we're going to go meet with a lot more of us in Dallas. And going forward, you guys doing the activities and growing with your teams, getting your marketing out there and everything you do with your PBS, being part of the V marketing and building part of the team. You guys, next year, you literally can be building things up to where you're flying first class to everything we do, and have the funds to come in, not only because your business is growing, but because the PR budget we put in place to do the fermentation awards and everything that we do is going to be there. Now, I'm going to be covering that sporadically as we do our trainings, because it's a good thing to focus on Tuesday. How many points did you get this week? What have you been doing your participation points? Do you guys realize that if you do your participation points in your wine unboxings, and you make sure you share them on 4 social media channels every month, right? And you got to report that to your instructor, and you are doing like a wine social every month, you pretty much paid for your ticket to Harvest next year. You paid for it at a minimum. Your ticket and probably 1 night of rooms, right? That without doing any type of actual enrollment activity. But that's how important the what do you want to call it? The activities of your promotion activities are so important to us, because we know they work. If you're doing unboxings every month, everybody that is on your channels, everybody that sees your stuff, they see that you're part of that, right? Year after year after year, it does. Ascension marketing is real. And I put my money where my teaching is on that, because we built up reward points that equate into cash for you to go to these events just by you participating. And that, you guys, that's good for everybody that comes in. We have new people come in, they can start earning towards that. And between now and a year, you guys can earn thousands of dollars to take care of your trip costs. A lot of people are like stressed out trying to get there. We don't want you to be stressed out. Here's what happens when you're marketing with us, you do everything right, you should be paid to go to these things. That's what we get to do here. We set the processes up. We set the budgets up. We got PR contracts set up with our partners that we market with. I figured out the point system. I figured out the quantum math behind it so that we can reward everybody based on the group and the right activities. And this is what I really wanted to do. And I talked to the leadership about this years ago, and then I put it into motion, and then we just made it bigger. Kind of happens with me. I find a way to make it better and better and better because it makes sense. But leaders, you know what? We like to buy dinners for our group. We like to reward them at these events, and that costs money, right? Well, Tanya and I always are about that, but we also built it into the compensation we get within our reward program so that there's thousands of dollars to earn for the leadership if they lead right and duplicate with you right. Not only do they make more money because you're making more money, but they're also going to get more rewards to help reward you and just pay the energy forward. The group gets the benefit of that. You guys, this is all set up. And I'm going to let you guys know, nobody has it like us. Nobody. It just doesn't exist. The world sucks. We get to make it better. And we get to make our little community aspect of here awesome. We strive for awesomeness. And Tanya and I do it right from the beginning, and we control it from the top down so we can help you guys all out. Every aspect we do is help you guys get to the next place, help you guys grow and raise everybody up together. That's what we're here for. So here's what you need to do, okay? Whatever level you are in your PBS, if you don't have Google AdSense, go to the training on RRR. Make sure you got the anchor pages done in step 1. Just go through step 1, make sure you've done everything. Go to step 2, make sure you've done everything. Go to step 3, make sure you've done everything. Go to step 4, make sure you've done everything. Go to step 5. I'm just counting. Make sure you do everything. Go to step 6. Make sure you do everything. Go to step 7. You're going to get Google AdSense if you've done everything right. If you've done everything according to those laid out plans, following the videos one by one, there should be no reason you don't get Google AdSense. And then if you don't get Google AdSense, what do? Show up on the Saturday trainings. Let me look at it. I'll just go through it like I always do with my Rory fine-tooth comb and point out what's got to be changed. And odds are you're going to get it then. But make sure you're posting ads constantly and get it out there. Once you get Google AdSense, you're never going to leave here. Because now you've got proof. And now when you start posting, even if it's for 20 minutes a week, you can see some results. And if you do it right, oh my gosh, it could be really fun. So, it's practice makes progress. Everything here is real. It's not busy work. Tanya and I aren't sitting here laughing at you because we made you do some crazy amount of work. No, we're building a way to create economic growth for your family, for all of us here, for our combined family of RRR247. The consensus marketing I talk about, it's real. Okay. Now, I did something on Saturday, and I've been growing too. I've been growing as an educator, as a teacher, as a communicator. And we're going to be pouring tons more training on you guys. In Dallas, we're going to unload our new aspect of training leadership, communication to make you guys better to present, build up your confidence so you can succeed. We are going to give you every aspect of the tools and the training that you need to become very successful here. Look, whether you want extra hundreds a month, thousands a week, to be a millionaire, to make more than $1 million a month, you only need 22 grand a week. And I say only 22 grand, you know how much money we're creating as a massive organization? We're doing millions in volumes and sales a week across the board. A lot of aspects of it come from our anchors. Our anchors are producing, and we're having some incredible growth during the summertime when everybody else is slow. We have a machine. And just wait until everybody here is kicking in and doing their remarketing every day, and we have the right presenters and the right setters. You guys are doing everything. Wait till you guys see us kick into gear. We're going to scare some numbers. We're going to put up a lot. And we're not all moving a mountain. We're moving it together. If everybody goes and takes a couple shovels and walks it over to the next area, we can all move a mountain a couple shovels at a time each. We got strength in numbers. One straw is weak, but you got a lot of straws together. It's strong. We're getting bigger all the time. And it's about getting you guys successful and getting those that want to do this full time, doing it full time. That's why the instructors are, when they get to know you, they want to know how big you want to go. How much do you want to get out of this? And then we hold you accountable and push you to do that. That's what these Tuesdays are for. Where are you at? What did you do this week? Okay, what are we going to do next week? Set realistic expectations on yourself and get them done. If you make it too hard, slow it down. It's okay. Just don't do nothing. Do something and then try to add to it. I tell the instructors, if you can do everything you can to get 2 to 3 new students added to your team every week, it's going to make amazing things happen. Amazing. You don't need to do 20. You don't need to overachieve and kill yourself and not have time with your family. Just organize yourself and get it going. The more people in the teams that support your instructor leadership while you're learning how to do things, to get things set up, and you participate in the V marketing, the more you help the team grow. And you're equipped to build yourself. We are a solid family working in teams. This is the brilliance of corporate structure with absolute paid marketing that you guys don't pay for. Remember, we're paying for it. We just committed to raise our budget. You guys, the RRR247 budget to create students into our program is $2.2 million a month. That's how much we're trying to spend. We spent over $1 million. That's fine. Now we're going to go to 2.2 million. We built that up. And that means we have a lot more leads than you guys are working. That's because we anticipate that we're going to start doubling and tripling our size. There's a lot of people that need what we have. We just got to get the word out. We have to market how great our stuff is. It doesn't sell itself. You guys just have to get confident to understand that this is real and then be able to convey that to the new people coming in that are worried that it's a scam or there's other, all they've seen is a bad world. No one knows how great we have it. We have to tell it to them. We have to show it to them. So that being said, I hope you guys learned some more about that IBO program. You know right where that video is. It's unbelievable how many people that's helped. You guys, that paid out over $300,000 this month to our students. It's not small cheddar. It adds up. And we've got a little over 100 slots right now, 108, I think, that are available. Okay. That's another $75,000 a month to pay out to our family here. At a time where, there's always going to be an economic need. You guys, inflation's always there. The cost of utilities, everything is going to constantly go up. People got to make more money. We have a solution. Get the word out. Be proud that you're a marketer. We've got a lot more marketing stuff coming. We're going to be focusing on those memes really well on the consensus marketing. Did I tell you guys we got some big things on the horizon? Have I mentioned that, or have I kept that quiet? We're going to get launched something in Dallas that's I'm freaking excited about it. It's something we know a lot about already. But we're going to really have something amazing on as a product released at the event. Okay, and it's going to be empowering, and it's going to open up a lot of opportunities for cash income. Right, we're in the right place at the right time all the time. Also, just so you guys know, right? Those that have been here for a long time and just see new things roll out. It's always getting better. And as great as things are right now, it's only going to get better. You guys, we have an amazing distribution setup with what we have at the PBS and our community. It is a major distribution system. Even if you're just doing a little bit of work, a lot of times I know you guys don't feel like you're doing much. It feels like you're just spinning your wheels. You don't see it because it's just you. It's adding up. If you saw the impact of your constant ads and your constant, direction, us using the same marketing together in that Coca-Cola fashion of consensus with the memes, we're making progress. Just because you don't feel it yourself doesn't mean it's not happening. But that awareness, the distribution we're building up, the traffic that we're building up through our systems that's constantly growing, wait till you see what else we add. Once you got the model built and you've got the traffic coming in, you guys, we got to add and add and add. And the whole thing that we're going to be doing, we're going to be adding things that don't increase our overhead. We're going to be adding things that just increase our potential. I've got something, guys, we've got some things that we're going to be adding to the wine ambassador program. That's why that grapevine system is so key. It's going to be insane. I had a talk with the MSIs, PSIs, GSIs last night after the instructor call. And I literally let them know on something that's massively being built for us to add. They're all excited about it. They're all sworn to secrecy too, so don't bug them. But there's new things coming, you guys. The bigger we get, the stronger we are, the better the leadership, the more opportunities we get to add. Do you guys understand that when you've got a commerce portal, and that's pretty much it is, we have an ecosystem in our PBS. It represents an ecosystem to market products. Once it's out there, it's built, you're on Google, you're doing the stuff to get indexed. When we add other things, we're just adding other things. All we're doing is increasing our income potential. And you guys will all have the skills to do it. And it's just doing what you've already learned. You already learned the art of performance blogging, how to write a review page, how to make that offer page, how to link up categories. You know how to do it. So we just add. Your knowledge just becomes more applicable for success. But the bigger we create this distribution, we get to add hot, cool things that have really good growth. That's why these Tuesday calls are super important. That being said, God bless. I'm going to close this off now. We're going to go and have fun building the category pages so we can wrap off another great edition for the week. All right. Love you guys. Stick around if you want to see that done. I'm going to be modifying the category pages. Otherwise, God bless. See you guys on the Wine Wednesday tomorrow. And don't forget, we got awesome trainings. And those of you that aren't going to make it to the Crush It event, why not next year? Start doing the app habits, start doing marketing, get your pages built, and know you can earn your way to take you and your spouse there and go first class. Tanya and I want you flying first class. I think I've made that known. Once you do it once, it's going to change your taste. Because then those seats in the back are going to really suck. You're going to realize, you know what? I should push myself harder. I deserve to have a better life. I deserve to have more comforts. And I got to tell you, if you haven't flown and had a cocktail in a glass, then you don't know what I'm talking about. And it is remarkably better, right? They're back to meal service. They're back to the fancy, whatever, what do you call those? The napkins, what do they call those? The placemats to put on your like they come dress it up for you. You get the nice little salt and pepper shakers. They're back to that now. You guys, we have a whole world to see. We have a whole world to expand to. We're opening up a lot of international avenues. Tanya and I are already looking at, when do we start mapping in the European time? I'm going to be back in Australia. That's kind of like my second home, kind of. I think Florida is like our second home. Australia is like third now because I haven't been able to go. But you guys, there's so many things for us to do and grow. And it's just awesome. And we get to do that here every day. You're part of something that's growing every day. We get to help new families create economic growth every day. Thank you for being part of this. I just can't wait to see everybody in September. God bless. And I'll close this off and we'll go right to that training in just about 2 minutes.